Okay. Quick transition. Here we are. Back to the game. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. When we last left off, we are still working our way through chapter 4. No end in sight. We recently found a new hero quest. We just unlocked a new colony last time. We got the Stalker class and Colony Tau. In a very interesting area. This is like, it's the woods and Moritha put together, which is a weird combination.
My stomach's growling.
But we have not explored this new colony yet. We just kind of unlocked it last night, so let's get back to it.
Can we get a bite to eat, please?
Where would you even find 50 glare aubergines? Always tough this time of year. Oh, what can you do?
That should be enough data.
The consul rarely visits, is that correct? Right, once a year if we're lucky. Clearly we're not much of interest. I mean, we're not exactly on the map here. Nowhere to go, nothing to see.
Good to add more names.
Oh, the rope slides. Okay. That guy had two things. I'm about at the end. When you say about at the end, Drufus, like what does that mean for Suikoden? It is in decline now, but this place still remains an important strategic position for Agnes. Strategic? Could you elaborate? It can be used as a point of ambush when Kevis Castle or one of the colonies launch an attack for one. The last line of defense that tracks given its expanse for the forest. But anyway, it's a moot point. There's been no conflict or flare-ups for quite some time now. Like there's a canister above us, I think. And they grow their own crops like they're planning to do at the other colony.
There's so much choice.
That card of mine. We can't just leave them there. Maybe I should go with Graziana. It's horrible that our officer had to die in such a place. A lot of new quests here, it looks like.
Some useful intel after that.
Hey, Belle de Jour. That's right. We just got to Colony Tau. You're looking to go to Kevis Castle, then you need to go back from the top of Tau to the place where we fought. There's a rope slide there you can make use of to get on your way. Careful you don't descend too far though. The monsters down there are formidable. I think we're heading towards the Sword March first, aren't we? Have you seen Rain? He's still not recovered from his injury, so it's a bit worrying if he's gone wandering. We're gonna have a lot of quests here, maybe. Looks like a bunch of our folks will be headed out to the other colonies that you've liberated. It's like Juniper says, we should look forward to getting out there and seeing new things. Is that what you're going to do? Go out into the world? No. If I left, there'd be no one here to take care of the wounded. It's almost harvest time. Everyone loves the harvest festival, but Spark, Carson really make you work for it. All the troops at Colony Town make good use of rope slides. Worth getting used to the idea that you can make handy journey anywhere from Tau as long as you have a rope. Handy, I'd say. Takes a bit of getting used to, but I'm sure you'll take it in stride. Yeah, I can't wait to start using the rope slides. We've been looking at them all game. A lot of landmarks in here. Alright. Canister off that way. Ah, such an enormous relief not to have to fight anymore. I never really liked fighting, to tell the truth. Juniper made exactly the right call as far as I'm concerned. Our flame clock was burning out. I thought it was going to be the end of us. Interesting that if the flame clock burns out, it just eats up their life force, I guess. But they don't actually need it. It needed them, you know? If you destroy the flame clock, they're fine. All right, let's check on these topics we just discovered.
We could do with some food.
Alright, so we got 4 new quests.
Could you all come round for a second?
Oh, I think you got a pretty good. I've gotten pretty good at using those road slides. Yeah, I feel quite used to them now. And they're a lot of fun too. I feel like I've seen them around the Forness region as well. Anything that makes traversal easier is a welcome tool as far as I'm concerned. Still, we're going on, since we're on the subject of about the Rose rope launcher gizmos the militaries have left all over the shop. Ah, those, they're typically carried in place via Levness. I'm afraid most of them aren't in active use. Alright, but if we use them, we might be able to get access to some new places, right? Well, that's actually a pretty good idea if you ignore the guy that said it. You didn't need that last part. Good thing, Lance. Good thinking, Lance. Next time we'll see when we'll try to use it. Alright.
Let's lay out the facts.
So, is harvest time a big deal for you lot? It is, yes. We grow virtually all our own food in the colony. We can't sustain ourselves on hunting alone, you know? What's the harvest festival all about then? Nothing special, just a harvest, really. We have lots of crops to bring in at that time of year. The only problem is we're a bit short-handed this year. People are braced for hard work. Can we be of any use? It's just harvesting, right? I can do harvesting. Would you? It would delay your journey. This is the part where you just thank us graciously and move on. Heaney's right. Okay then, thank you. I'll be grateful for your help. Alright, let's get harvesting. Everyone will be waiting by the entrance of Colony Town. Oh. All of these require juniper.
Let's lay out the facts.
Is Rain okay? Seems like his injury is still not stopping him from diving headfirst into trouble. He was a sworn friend of my predecessor, and he's a master hunter. I understand your concern, but I believe he can take care of himself. So he's a hunter too, eh? He was my hunting teacher for a while. That said, I will say that he doesn't know when to stop chasing a monster. That's not a good combination with injury. I know he's a capable guy, but overextending himself that got him hurt in the first place. He had to step away immediately. Your Chromecast had audio issues. Oh, okay. Well, welcome back, Well du jour. In that case, maybe we should go and look for him. If it looks like he's being reckless, we'll just send him back. Sound good? Sounds great. Let's do it. Hang on. I'm getting a call from Guillaume. Hey, Juniper's with you, right? Listen. Sorry for being in short notice, Juniper, but would you come meet me sharpish? You think we found Rain? I think we better go. I think we better do as he says. Let's go see Guillaume real and quick. Okay.
I think we
Got
need
a bunch
to
of
discuss
quests
this.
to do here. Colony Tau doesn't have any off-seers, does it? No, we return our dead to the earth. Weird thing to do. Never heard of anyone doing that. Who grows up in the forest goes back to the forest, and until that time comes, a peaceful resting place awaits you. I'm from Agnes, and I've never heard of this custom. I suppose it's deeply rooted in Colony Tau's culture. It is, which is why the concept of sending off isn't something we've ever had to consider. But you did have an off-seer in the past, from what I've heard. In the past, yes, but he was killed in combat with Kevis. Were you there, Juniper? I was. He drew enemy fire with the rear guard. I would not have escaped were it not for his sacrifice. Well, that's depressing. But what did your off-seer usually do, given that he wouldn't be off-seeing? Killed the fields, mostly. As I said, we didn't really need off-seers. Still depressing. Actually, could I ask you to send off our off-seer? Of course, if that's what you want. If there's a place we return to, then surely there are avenues other than the earth to reach it. That's what I've come to believe anyway. You know, if there really is some peaceful place waiting somewhere, it's a lovely thought. Do you know where the off-seer is? We'll get there straight away. Thanks, I'll take you. Okay.
I think we need to discuss this.
Everyone in Colony Town is out gathering food, right? Right, food stocks are pretty tight at this time of year. Is it really that rough? Could have fooled me. We're not exactly destitute. It's more about our relationship with our neighbors. What do you mean by that? We always give a bit to the Turkins around this time of year. It keeps things sweet between us. We got something of an alliance going on. That's different. There's this one Turkin they call Turking. Would you like to go and meet him? Sounds fun. I'm game. First I have to talk to Roland about the food situation, though. Alright. Now Turkin Alliance. Alright, so we have like 4 quests. Let's get ourselves some food. Enemy drop boost sounds pretty awesome. Learn that.
Mmm, delicious.
Soup and salad.
Has everybody had their fill?
Well-dressed Mactha salad. Mactha.
So that's a new recipe then.
Macnamortha, huh?
All right, everyone. Time to head out.
All right. Look at our quests here. First of all, we're gonna have to use her. We've already had her selected, it looks like. Our stalker. All right. So these are all fairly high level. Let's start with the off-seeing one. Level 33. Well, within our range. As a colony, we're mostly self-sufficient, so we need arable land, enabling you to grow your own food without having to forage. Good thinking. Juniper, oh, you brought friends. We've come to help with the harvest. I didn't mean to come to help for the harvest, but here we are. Do you need a hand with anything? Oh, are you serious? Yes, sure. There's plenty of work going around. Glory, don't just... I'd accept the Turkins' help right now, so they're in. Carson and Glory are in charge of assigning the work to the fields. It's better for me to be nearby given the injuries coming in. Injuries? Who'd have thought farming could be so dangerous? It'll be dense. There's always danger in the forest. So how about it? Still willing? Of course. Just tell us what you need from us. In that case, how do you feel about digging up potatoes? Spud Patrol. Got it. Thanks. Shouldn't take long if you all pitch in. So like the animals are going for the food too,
Let's
maybe?
dig up some spongy
Oh,
spuds.
just these. Maybe we get attacked somehow. That looks like all of them. That was easy. This is hard work. I guess it wasn't easy.
I see some relations have changed.
Get all these items real quick. Look, guys, I'm playing Stardew Valley. Here's some potatoes. Harvest Stella. It came out early. And done. Let me just dig this up. Not bad if I do say so myself.
Let's report back to Carson.
What's going on here? Hey, we're done with the harvest. What's going on? Shh, quiet, they'll see you. You want to elaborate for us, love? Monsters that have their greedy eyes on our spuds. They're coming this way. This happens every single time. The amount of collateral damage they've caused, I swear. I did wonder what harvesting methods you were using to cause so many casualties. This makes more sense. We'd usually muster the whole colony to drive them off, but this year we're short of people, so what do we do? Remember what Uni said. Just thank us graciously. No need to stand on ceremony. Oh, right. Yes, sure. And you'll be there too, Juniper, of course. Now, let's clear out those monsters. Sounds like a plan.
Oops, they found us.
Could go just auto attack this. Freaking going to Ouroboros to take out some, like, whatever these are. Anludes. Spud-starved beasts. It's like the blood-starved beast from Bloodborne, but they're spud-starved beasts. Sounds like some kind of Irish joke. Man, stop dying to a bunch of deer. Oh, they're not deer. I don't know what they call these. Antelope. They're anludes, clearly. Oh, there's a lot of them. Okay. What we got here? Warer. Good DPS. Mio's down. A lot of the other people are pretty low. Could be better. Drop some aggro. Didn't drop it fast enough. We're actually going to die to this. That's surprising. Noah's down, Tyon's down, Uni's down, all the healers are down, so there's no getting back up. It's a little sad. I should have paid more attention, huh? Time to just send the lands and that's it. Tank, tank, tank. Tank, tank, tank. They're just tanks now. It's the center. No, they killed half of them.
Sorry.
That's something.
You guys.
I don't think you really lose anything for dying. Alright. That could have gone better, you know? Okay.
You itching to get wrecked? I see you. Make this quick. Something for you. I need you, Mio.
Oh my god, I'm dead. I was almost dead. That was insane. I grab aggro and this thing's just nuke you.
Your plan came off perfectly, Tyon. Got you covered. Come here. I got something for you. Thanks for the support. You'll do this. Down, Crash.
Get in the healing spot. Oh, that's fine now.
This whole healing.
You have 1 HP. And both the healers are going down. Yep. Healers are both down. This is over. I can't even run from it. I guess because the quest there's like a border. I just die. What the hell, guys? Why are these things kicking our butt so much? I mean, these aren't like my favorite classes. I'm just trying to level things up. But still. Maybe we'll just do this quest later. Oh, it's kind of blocking the entrance now. Roland, how are the food supplies looking? If it's all there, I'll run it over. Oh, we're not done yet. Truth is, we just don't have enough. I don't think the colony's really in a position to be sharing right now. I see. Honestly, though, I'm more upset about about the prospect of losing my grub than to those feather brains. Oh. It's such a long-standing tradition. I guess we've got to keep it up. I'd rather avoid forcing people to hand food over if it's at all possible. Will that be okay? We've kept this up because it was tradition, but if it's giving the colony a hard time, we might have to end it. I'm fine either way. Your decision, Juniper. If you want to keep this Turkin alliance up, then we'll need a hand raising the supplies. I'm looking for green nectarines, Turkin grass, shiny roses, glare aubergines, 50 of each, if you please. Oh, jeez. They like it fresh, too, so keep their perishability in mind when you decide what to forage first. If you want to end the alliance, you better go and talk to the Turkins directly. Makes sense. I'll give it some thought. As I said, it's your decision. We got some food stocked in here, and remember, don't hesitate to give me a shout.
All right. Now together.
There's a challenging quest outside the colony entrance. It's not like super challenging, but for my guys are losing it. Foraging is such a hassle, and my least favorite part is having to give away perfectly edible food. That's enough whinging from me. Here's what I've managed to gather. Do as you will. So Who are our healers right now? Thaumaturge and Strategos. It's probably not the best healing classes, honestly. Let's
Where better to monitor the battle than on healing duty?
neither of these guys have learned Medic Gunner yet, really. I was doing Strategos on him more just to unlock it on other people. They both have Ninja Healer on. They're still drawing some aggro though. Boost crit rate. So we have both of these two on Full Metal Jaguar right now. Yeah. Maybe the tank's not holding aggro is the real big problem. And Zephyr's a good tank. Maybe I should just play lands. We have to use her. There's a lot of enemies at once. Haunt. Aggro generating using the art by 70%. Boost physical defense, boost damage dealt by physical art. Better gems. I think I'm wearing a second accessory. There's an aggro reduction skill. Let's just use the affection rings. Boost their aggro. And then I'll try and play as.
I'll do my best.
Shouldn't have to play as lands really. Not much to tanking. But alright. This is like you fight them in 3 different groups of 4, I think. Oh yeah, I'm losing aggro too. On. I got aggro. I'm going a lot better. Guess sometimes you just gotta do it yourself, huh? Beating it down. Nice group. I grab aggro. There it is. Yeah, it works a lot better if you control it yourself.
Is this like a rare thing?
I don't generally want to play the
All under control.
tank though. But it is what it is. How do you do this? You just jump on it? Yeah, okay.
We're sliding down.
Using Zephyr in your post game. I like Zephyr. Zephyr's probably my favorite tank so far.
Wonder what's inside.
Like, there's a lot of benefits to being a dodge tank. You don't take any damage when you dodge, whereas when you block, you still take some. Taking damage actually lowers your aggro because of the way the aggro works in this game. So dodge tanks actually hold aggro better.
Huh. Let's use this.
And they have an ability that lets them like guaranteed evade. Which if the enemy has like a really nasty attack, you could time it to go off when that attack's gonna go off and just it'll just miss you, right? Alright, what quest are we on right now? Oh, the off-seeing thing. How far off is that? That's over here. Alright. There it is. Yeah, and highly spammable too, which I like.
Uncharted territory always puts me on edge.
When I'm playing the tank, I don't worry as much about doing like fusion arts or anything. And I really don't have to worry about it as much now. Because I can cancel without it being a fusion art now. Pretty nice.
I'll whack 'em good. Try for either attack. Come here. I got something for you. Thanks. I'll keep up the attack. Looking good. No. Enemy's broken away from me.
You're dealing with me.
You're a lifesaver.
Once you gain the ability to cancel whether it's a fusion art or not, what is the benefit of fusion arts? I'm not sure.
That's why you don't mess with uni. I'm a seasoned hunter.
Got an accessory that builds chain attack gauge with art execution.
Say, if we slid along
Yeah, you can
that-
get the other classes that like lower the recharge time and stuff too, so you can really stack that kind of stuff up.
Say, over there.
Time to take the fast way.
The fast way, just jump off right here.
Woohoo! This gets the blood pumping, eh? We've so got to do that again. I've never traveled so far from my colony before.
You'll do just fine, Juniper. Let's go. Try for either attack.
No,
Butterfly blade. Super storm.
Senna, love to see it.
Go. Go. Back. Quick draw. Butterfly blade. We have superiority. Push through. We're unstoppable with you around, Senna.
I'm the girl with the gall.
Affected both arts at once and increase interlink. So it's mainly for the interlink and trying to get them both off at the same time if you want to do the effects faster, I guess.
Oh, looks like we can go on from here.
And get back to doing auto attacks faster, I guess. Did you just climb down and still take the fall damage? What was that? I mean, the interlink and the speed are good benefits. Is this where the fight was? Yes, the battle was around here. We were outnumbered. We managed to hold our own at first, leveraging our advantages, but you can't argue with numbers in the end. The rear guard's actions saved so many of us, even so. There's no way out once you've been cornered in a place like this. Looks like the monsters have made themselves at home here now. We can't do any sending off like this. Let's get rid of them before they become a problem then. Oh yes, of course, that sounds good. Come on, where's your energy? Let's whoop their arses. Let me hear you say it. Or let's smack their behinds. Ah, close enough, let's go. Yeah, I'm still getting used to the ability to, oh, hello. To the ability to cancel without doing fusion arts, because we just gained that.
This will be a challenge. Don't lose focus.
I'm so ready for this. Strong enemies, and they're coming this way.
Superstore!
Liberation!
Juniper's down.
All figured out. Great! It's amazing! Smooth as always, Noah. Nature!
I think we should be able to send them now. There were so many monsters here. I wouldn't have been able to clear them out without your help. Thank you. Okay, let's begin.
Please, give them a peaceful sleep.
I do tend to like the
Yeah.
classes
sure.
that their arts go off more often,
I guess
more
this
than
is
anything
fate
else.
too, huh?
The more spammable, the better, I say. I'm still looking forward. Like, there's two classes that I don't have that, judging by the descriptions of the classes, I desperately want, and that's Signifer and Cursor. Both of those look amazing as a buff class and a crit build class. I want those really badly. I feel like once I get those, they're not leaving my party. Ah, so that light was you. We thought it might have been a sending off. It looks so soft in general. Yeah, they can all rest easily now. The old commander died here too and was left where he fell. Oh, really? He was the first to fall. He's the one who promoted Juniper and ensured our new commander's escape. He was so strong and kind, I idolized him. He was always thinking of the colony. He helped Juniper get to safety and fought to the bitter end. So he promoted you to commander. Unusual, but given the circumstances, I can see why. Yes, you carry on his legacy. I think that's a wonderful thing. Our officer at the time understood how we operated. He worked hard to make himself useful. He was very gentle, that officer, much like Graziana in that respect. Did you just call me gentle? And a friend of mine may be rough around the edges, but he takes his duties seriously, just like the old commander. We all inherited something of the commander, the whole of Colony Tau. You can see him in your strength and kindness too, Juniper. That's why he named you his successor and fought so hard to protect the colony you'd inherit. Yes, I suppose you're right. But after meeting Noah and the others, I see there's still so much more we could change. We have to look for new trails to blaze instead of stagnating as we are. We'll help as much as we can too. I like her outfit. Whatever choice you take, Commander, we'll follow you. We believe in you. That's good to hear. Thank you. We'll all have to band together to build a new Tau, and we'll make our late friends proud. All right. They're both very good. Buffing's also your style. I mean, the more JRPGs you play, the more and more you come to realize that buffs and debuffs are super important in a lot of them.
I see
The
some
little
relations have changed.
worrying how well debuffs seem to be resisted. But buffs, you don't have to worry about that. But like, especially if you play like a Shin Megami game, Shin Megami Tensei, like, oh, the buffs can be like pivotal, you know? Sometimes debuffs in Final Fantasy are good and sometimes they're like useless. It depends on the Final Fantasy. But buffs are pretty much always good. The same thing like Suikoden 4 we were playing earlier. Like, I don't have direct buffs. I have like passive buffs that I'm getting from like the runes I'm using or the gear I'm wearing or whatever, and it makes a really big difference. But, and also all the Xenoblade games, crit builds are always really good. And I have no doubt it'll be the same in this one. We just have to get to the point where we can unlock the class that's going to be based on them. Trying to pick up all these possible plants because of that quest to pick up like 50 of all these different things.
Is this like a rare thing?
You found a way to work in all classes. You favored playing healers and tanks, but recently you went back to playing Full Metal Jaguar and it's very fun.
Could that be a
What I'm
path?
doing right now. Guess you can tell that.
Hey, that looks like a way
Oh, there's a
forward.
clear aubergine.
Keep your attack flowing. Thanks.
Smooth as always, Noah. That's what you get.
I'm not sure what the art follow-up thing really does with our new class here. Look into what that actually does. Oh, this is the main story spot, isn't it? Oops. Just realized what I was wandering towards. Oh, hello. What the snuff? Where'd this thing come from? Careful, here it comes. Oh. Imminent illusion. It didn't make like any noise when it moved.
You're dealing with me.
You're a lifesaver. Let me give you a test. Give it up.
Just watch.
How about this?
34, huh?
Let me give you a test. A fusion of our
Still do this. You're pushing yourself too hard.
Let me give you a test.
Hang in there, I'll heal you. Just watch.
Let me give you a test.
I'll bring you down. More quickly.
Oh, what the? I guess we got it low enough. It's disappeared. What just happened? It's likely we're being pursued, but I've never seen a levelness like that before. Could it be a new model? I think we'll get very far just theorizing about it. Let's hurry on ahead. Fair enough, but we should stay on our toes until we leave the woodland at least. Okay.
Out of the frying pan and into the fire.
Go back to our side quests first. We took care of monsters in the vicinity. Glad to hear it. We wouldn't have been able to manage it so elegantly on our own. We can't just let them make off with your treasured taters. How can we? You got that right. We put our blood, sweat, and tears into growing those little spuds. Glory and the others aren't technically in charge of the fields, but they help out. When I see them all working so hard, the thought of those monsters stealing our hard-earned crops makes me fume. Hey, Belle de Jour, thanks for the bits, man. Means a lot, man. I bet no one likes being robbed. There's no need to stress over it. If you overthink everything like Carson here, you'll lose. Any loss will be a big shock. Hey, come on now. Anyway, the monsters are out of the picture. As far as I'm concerned, that's a win. You're right, Roland. We'll be pleased to stock up on more monster meat, too. Such a greedy guts. I'd rather he sharpened his sense of danger a bit more. If he wants to eat, he has to work hard. Hard. But isn't that the exact opposite of yes? Never mind. Anyway, thank you very much for your help. Way to change the subject. Leave it. We harvested the potatoes and there's no harm done. That's the important thing here. True that. All that's left is to eat the fruits or veg of our labors. We'll let you know when the grub's up. Okay. More info, huh?
I see some relations have changed.
Rank 2 already. When hunting our prey, we still our breath and wait for the perfect moment to strike. Seems like our way of fighting didn't work against you, though. Yeah, well, it didn't stop you from scaring the crap out of me. I guess we still haven't lost it then. Alright, so we got Speed Jogger and Caravan Call. Is that our first Speed Jogger? I've been wanting Speed Jogger so much. I think it is. Colony 4 is up to rank 4 already. And none of these other ones even give Speed Jogger. This is the first one we've had that even offers it. Speed Jogger, of course, being the amazing ability
That should make life a bit easier for us.
to increase your running speed. Apparently there's only 2 of them because it says 50% acquired. We get a 14% bonus to our running speed. Oot. Gotta find that other one so we can get the... I guess it'll go up to, what, 30% maybe? 28%? I don't know. But still, that's one. Awesome. Every little bit, man.
Nice. Can we get a bite to eat, please?
We got the hunter. Rain went out. Despite okay, this is level 37. We should do this one. We're level 30. We just hit 37. Okay. Give me lettuce. Juniper, you made it. Said you'd found rain? Look, a beacon stone. Wait, but that's... Juniper, what's that smoke? The beacon stone. We use them when we can't get normal communications out. They release smoke to warn of danger. Wait, so do you think... Looks like your man's in trouble. And he said he'd go hunting to replenish our lackluster food supplies. Okay, I'll follow the beacon stone. Guillaume, you wait here. But... You still haven't fully recovered yourself, have you? I'm not risking you too. Understood. Just in case, tell Glory to come after us. We'll be there too, don't you worry. Thanks. Okay, let's make a move. So
we for emergencies. I hope nothing bad's happened.
It's so interesting to see like Morith just be like they don't even see it as anything weird. It's like these buildings are from before the world was destroyed, theoretically, and they're still just in a new form now, I guess. Oh, we have to go this way, really? Oh, okay. We're going up this route here.
Do you think we found this? This way, please. It'll be faster if we climb up this way.
The Turk and Alliance one, we got to figure out a good place to farm those items that we need for it. Grab this.
I hope we can make use of this.
I wonder if you ever really get a use for money outside of like buying low-level accessories and making the machines pop out a bunch of random items. For the quest for the Turk and Alliance, it's we're gonna need 50 green nectarines. It said 2 other items too, but it's only showing the nectarines on here right now. But a bunch of green nectarines, I guess, to start with.
I think you operate it like so.
Cha-ching!
Time to take the fast way.
This icon. That means a nectarine? It does. It marks them when we get close to them. That's going to be really helpful. I'm going kind of out of my way. I just want to see if I see any more in here. Not like it. The fact that it actually put an icon on it is really promising for me finding them. Here's the way we came in from. It's weird to see Mortha, or possibly what has become of Mortha, treated this way, considering how big of a deal it was in the other game.
Oh, a container.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously? It's right there, but there's no way to it.
Level 60's up there. Go down, there's an aubergine over there. Any more marks down there? I don't know the range that we can tell that it's the right item. I don't know how close you have to get before it puts the icon on it. Let's keep moving.
We're sliding down.
Like where we were a second ago. Really interesting how they've like
Guys, get ready to fight.
had 2 different places from the previous game kind of like meld together. You know?
I'll keep up the attack.
you get.
If only you didn't charge off on your own.
The way we were going for the main story, but now it's the way we go for the hunter one too.
Uncharted territory always puts me on edge.
Huh? Don't try to stop us.
I'm so ready for this. The setup will fall.
Auto attack.
Thanks for the support.
Butterfly blade.
Nature. I'll keep the enemies on me. Senna. Love to see it.
I see you was over way too soon.
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier.
Aspar secretions.
Whoa, got a rare dude
Guys,
right
get ready
here.
to fight. Stick, keep your
Like
eye for Ethan.
bottling those up. Ooh, before we leave, guys, get the secretions.
Superstorm. Butterfly blade.
Heal boost.
Butterfly blade.
Another notch on my belt.
I'll claim the ether here.
Right. Like we found the right place.
We're sliding down.
We found rain.
Stick, keep trying for ether attacks.
Your deal with Senna.
I'm always worried about Full Metal Jaguar every now and then because the quick draw ability makes you jump so far back. I had one time when we like just gleefully the auto attack just was like, yeah, I'm just gonna hop right off the dang, you know, cliff. It'll be fine, right?
As always, Noah. Too easy. Come after me, and that's what you get.
Rain, are you all right? You guys, how did you? We saw your beacon stone, but you're hurt. Pretty bad, but he'll be fine. I've got this. I'm losing my edge. Overestimated myself. Thought I could outdo you, Flipper. Stop talking. Those wounds won't close up unless you hold still. Sorry. Looks like the hunter got himself hunted. That quarry, that monster, it was a strange one. Felt off. Dangerous. I understand, Rain. You'll rest now. That's an order. I can hardly argue back in this sorry state. I'll be good. Let's go monster hunting. Right.
Hey, that's not your everyday chump.
This kills him.
Here we go, guys.
I'll follow your lead.
Butterfly blade.
It's sparkly.
Smooth as always, Noah.
Ever the Carrigan, Mia.
Advance, pull down.
Butterfly blade. Airback.
Liberation. Crushing them.
I see you. We're unstoppable with you around,
Of
Senna.
nature. I'm the girl with the gall.
Okay. Everyone is emergency. What's up, Manana? Manana cannot go on like this one extra step. We have been walking since Colony Tau, I suppose. If we can find a good place, we'll set up camp, okay? Meh, plan need more dinner. You can be strong a little longer, can't you? Just a little? Fine. But Manana very, very starving today. We need to make dinner soon, and everyone must help cook. Sure, we'll all be happy to chip in, right guys?
I'm curious to see what tactics you have in
Found
place
a rest
surrounded by
spot.
so much nature.
What say we go hunting together? I'm fairly well versed in that.
That was like the main story, kicking that up. Let's keep doing this hunter thing first. Oh, no, I guess not. The game's like, no, no, no. You ain't going nowhere. Go to the rest spot. All right, fine. I
Better
hit
make
an
sure we're
invisible
well
wall.
rested.
So we had something to discuss too, right? Yeah.
Where should I start?
Colony Tau sure is a batty place, huh? An understatement if I ever heard one. It's straining the definition of the word colony. Well, I like their rich natural environment. Yeah, that's about the only thing they've got going for them. Even the clock is almost all the way out. They don't seem to use their Furanis much. But conversely, that makes it harder for enemy troops to find them. There doesn't seem to be much traffic in the area. Their consul hardly even visits them. They've been left to fend for themselves in so many ways. Hard to believe they've survived that way for so long. It does beg the question, doesn't it? It's a mysterious twist of fate that led us to meet and get to know them truly. Right? Maybe it wasn't so bad to get shot at after all, eh, Uni? Excuse me? How'd you like to be on the receiving end next time? I love how they say, like, it's interesting how it's such a natural environment when they're surrounded by, like, decrepit skyscrapers. It's supernatural, guys. Super supernatural. Oh. We don't have 3, but we got 4. Hell yeah. We're making that. 40% damage boost for boost.
Gem's done.
Wanna try it out?
Start using that one. That's some happy times. We have the 4 for that one. I'd prefer the one that lets them raise faster. We have the 2. I feel like raising faster is more important than raising more healthy. But we got the 4 for Tailwind.
Gem's done.
Wanna try it out?
How are your gems looking around this point in the game, Gilded? My gem setups are kind of full of holes at the moment. A lot of these I don't necessarily want. Okay, extends the duration of debuffs. We have the 4 for that one, but wish we had the 4 for this one. The 2 power buffs. If we get the buff guy, we'll buy that. But for now, it's like boost the power debuffs. Don't really do that much, buffing and debuffing at the moment. All right, we got a couple gems up. A couple good ones too.
That's enough for today.
Got time left in our last meal. 16 minutes. We'll let they keep going. You know.
Much better.
Let's check our level up. Still not going to use it, but let's see. 37. We can get all the way to 46. We have 9 levels stored up now. Oof.
It's good to keep a record.
Only 36 hours in. Long, long way to go.
I just saw you stuffing your cheeks.
The rations should have been divided equally.
Manana walked more than you used to today. Tummy was rumbly grumbly. Not much we can do, though. Not now.
Manana, look, we've still got a ways to go. So you're gonna have to get used to rationing stuff out, okay?
Rationing? What's going on here? Oh, the Turkin. Stealing our food? We're out here trying to get you food and you're stealing our stuff? Not cool, man.
Gasp! Oh, the food's complete.
Gasp!
What's
It just like says gasp.
What did you say was gone?
I think she was yelling about food.
What? No way. For real?
Gasp!
Friend sure did not just put elsewhere and forget.
Nuh-uh. I'm positive it was right here.
Indeed. I checked it myself before I turned in.
Don't tell me someone scoffed the whole lot.
Ah, no
They're gonna blame
way.
Manana? That's not fair, guys.
Manana will leave no plate unpolished. That awful, false accusation! Not even Manana ever stooped to such crude, vulgar behavior.
All right. We get it. Just chill out already.
Manana refused to become Frosty. This now matter of honor and
That's
dignity.
right.
For starters.
I know Manana was feeling a bit peckish, but she can't have eaten up a lot.
So who then?
Clearly it wasn't Riku. That guy barely eats at all, right?
Indeed. Riku practice ancient knock-on art of restraint.
Hey, check it.
Manana do not.
A feather? But what kind?
I found tracks here.
Nobody's blaming you here.
These footprints. I think they're Turkin.
Mystery solved then. A Turkin feather.
So they raided our supplies.
Lands can stop apology. Honor and dignity of Manana left in tatters from vile and baseless accusation.
Come on, please, lighten up already.
All accusations aside, we're really strapped for food.
Guess we'll have to go foraging.
Before you ate him.
I concur. Luckily, this area is pretty bountiful all in all, so we might not be too hard pressed.
Well, better get to it.
Right.
Just before.
Okay.
Anyway, that clearly too much eat. Manana is bottomless pit.
Meh? What? Well, had Riku know Manana is dainty eater?
Not denying.
Lies and deceit. On this day of days, Manana will have retribution!
Looks like we've got ourselves a runner. Slipped out from the castle.
Is this okay? He could get in touch with Ouroboros. Won't that impact our previous arrangements?
Not to worry. If he does make contact, they'll come.
Really?
Ouroboros are simply like that.
Well, if you say so, we can probably take your word. Right, O?
Certainly. As you say, P, we probably can take his word.
I wish I understood what was going on in this game. No idea the context of any of that. Since we're already out here gathering food, we could think about building up some reserve of stuff that'll keep for a while. A good idea. What would that be? Mushrooms, nuts, that sort of thing? I'm on it. By the way, when the Turkins got into our camp, did no one seriously notice? Nope, not even slightly, not even a tiny little bit. Riku was busy sawing logs all last night. I'm sorry, you guys. We walked a lot yesterday. I'm sure you were just super pooped. You'd never miss something as obvious as Turkin footsteps on a good day, Mimi. I think it's safe to say we're all partially guilty of negligence this time. Indeed. However, we should also reconsider our storage arrangements for the future. Ah, well, it's water under the bridge now. No point taking locks after the Arden's already been bolted, right? Let's just get the searching already. Very well. Hey, is that an onlude? It's hard to fill up on mushrooms alone. I say we hunt us some meat as well. Woohoo! I love me some hunter-gathering. All right.
Anlude meat is sparking amazing.
What was I gonna look at? I was looking for something. I don't remember.
Anlude meat is sparking amazing.
Guess we know what's on the menu today then.
Just one mood.
I know it's grim, but it needs doing. I'll whack 'em good. Keep your try for ether attack.
You're dealing with me.
Thanks. Keep on helping.
Just as planned, eh, Tyler?
I like that it color codes the lines that show the aggro. Like blue means it's on a tank, red means it's on someone it shouldn't be on. That's nice. It's not always immediately easy to tell who it's pointing at, but the color lets you know, okay, it's, that guy needs to be moved. You know?
Please, as always, Noah.
Maximum
I think the enemy's on me. That's how you do it, Senna. Come after me, and that's what you get.
If only you didn't charge off. Shall we deal with this?
Do it stick to physical. Keep your attack. Thanks. Butterfly blade.
Cool down. Liberation.
Butterfly blade. Advance. We've got them pinned down.
Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, I thought it was gonna break. Okay then.
Much relief. Glad Riku had just power frame last night. Should perform 30% better than leading brand.
What's you on about, leading brand? I get that we're weaker than Agnians, so we need this to get on more of an even footing in combat, but...
Friends say but. Why but?
we
Is
just
it
need-
canon? People from Xenoblade 1 are weaker than people from Xenoblade 2?
Sound effects not help comprehension.
Oh, you know. Like that doodad Noah has.
Doodad?
Ujima flip. You know what I mean. Don't make me say it.
What friend want to use for?
Well, I...
Not on your end by any chance? If so, Riku have to pass.
Oh, come on.
So Riku gets right. Backing up, this plan of Lance, Noah privy to it? Make decision without consult allies? Bad form.
But he's our enemy.
And who decide that? You'll never say himself? That he enemy?
He did. I did.
In absence of complete picture?
Well, but he's different.
So after meet just once, Lance make up mind?
Then what are we gonna do?
Only thing friends can. Keep moving forward.
How's that gonna solve anything? Should never have asked.
Also, doodad, not that kind of thing.
Huh? This is new.
Here we go, guys.
I'll follow your lead. Noble Talk! You're dealing with me.
Advanced bulldozer. Butterfly blade.
Liberation! Too easy. Come after me, and that's what you get.
If only you didn't charge off on your own.
Keep your attacks focused, mate.
Keep on pelting me.
Smooth as always, Noah. They're set up for a fall. Wait to show them, Juniper.
Butterfly blade.
Pushing them. Did you see me in action, Mimi? Sure I did, Sana. You look great.
Butterfly blade. Make this quick.
You guys get nice and fast.
Thanks. Go. Wide flash. Advanced bulldozer.
Now's the charge. I'll see the enemies on me. Did you see me in action, Mimi?
888.
Sure I did, Sana. You look great.
And we gotta find so many of those aubergines.
Hey, look. That's a really odd-looking tree. Nah. Oh, wondrous day! Cannot believe eyes. It's fruit of legend, bright fig. Bright fig? What's a bright fig when it's at home? Let me guess. They're stupidly delish. Oh, guaranteed! Deliciousness is such that friends will be picking up jaws from ground for weeks. Uh-oh. What's up? Are they rotten or something? Tragedy strike. These not ripe for plucking yet, let alone eating. If eat now, bitter flavour cause agonizing death.
Agonizing death.
I don't know. They look tasty enough to me. Bright fig not good for eating even after full yellow. Still have to wait another year before able to enjoy. That's too long. Man, so much for that. Never mind. You can always come back next year. It's legendary, right? You wouldn't want to miss out. Guess we'll have to. But, Mia, a year from now? Even if I might not get to do it, you guys can still have a taste. Why wouldn't you? Whoa. Love, you've got to stop being so detached about it. You'll just get everyone feeling guilty. Oh, sorry. Please don't mind me. Don't mind me, she says. Of course we're going to mind you, doll. Hey, how can you be so casual about it? What do you mean, casual? I assure you, I'm not. I'm actually pretty flustered. You defo don't look it. If it looks that way to you, well, that's because I shouldn't even be here. What do you mean? This life's a gift from a dear friend. It should have been me. I should have died out there that day. So this isn't really me. I'm just living on her time. Maybe that's why.
Somehow, that reminds me of us.
I know. When we're interlinked, I can see a glimpse. Inferno, destruction, land screaming.
Noah's memories. What if, bear with me, that friend of yours, she showed up like Yoren?
As an enemy?
As an enemy.
I suppose I'd want to know, same as Lance. Simply why.
Gotcha. I figured.
Why is it that you gave your life for mine? Why? You could have lived longer yourself, Miyabi.
Miyabi would be M then if she's gonna be one, right?
So her name was Miyabi?
Probably will be.
Guess it's a sensitive subject.
It's funny. I thought I had it all locked down. Thank you. Whatever a reason, I'd accept it. Facts. Whatever the truth may be.
And that's it. No looking back.
While my de facto partner's running full steam ahead.
I'm sorry, your letter has been taken. Your application to join Mobius has been denied.
Your partners now, eh? I suppose you are at that. I wonder, how does he see things?
I think there's more food to find over there. Well, let's go find
You
it.
just drop down out of the sky.
Stick to fit. Keep your try. You're a lifesaver. Good going, Uni. Why? Superstorm. Butterfly blade.
Thank you. Slowly but surely we'll get those aubergines. But I hope these trees, they don't seem to go very much. Okay, there's a container up here.
Fight with focus.
Stay on your toes. The element is rough. Smooth as
Don't jump off, Noah. Don't jump off, Noah. Like, just to keep reminding yourself, don't jump off, Noah. Remember, Noah, there's a cliff behind you. Remember, Noah, there's a cliff behind you. Don't jump off, Noah. Okay, he hits the wall there.
Come after me, and
Be
that's
sure.
what you get.
If only you didn't charge off on your own.
That one goes up even higher.
That smarts.
Ooh, it's a shard. Don't mind me.
Fight with focus.
Stay on your toes.
Make this quickly from
Always ahead of the game, Noah.
Never the paragon, Leo.
Finished learning Full Metal Jaguar. We're getting close to the point where we're almost level 40. We can just go start unlocking those other hero classes that were, you know, the only thing keeping us from doing them was the level 40 uniques regarding the quests.
Aw, and we were just getting started.
That smarts.
They're on us. Orders?
Keep trying. Do as you prefer.
You're dealing with me.
You're a lifesaver. What?
Dude, there's like 4 of them or so? 4 or 5? I don't remember. There's a bunch. I'm not sure which classes they represent, but I want them.
Don't think this is the norm.
Here we go, guys.
I'll follow your lead.
Advanced cooldown.
Quick draw. That was spectacular.
And I was the MVP. You're all thinking it.
Quick draw.
Back. Advanced cooldown. Quick draw.
Aggro the next one to keep the fight going. Keep the chain attack gauge growing even though these are easy enemies.
Efficient healing is also crucial.
I'll keep the enemies on me. Love to see it.
Go. Cheers for that.
Yeah, feels just like it should.
I gotta push through this.
You're pushing yourself. Power for it. Got heal bullet. I'm good at this whole healing business.
Thanks.
Got
Gemini.
down.
Go.
Back more enemies. What they do?
Good going, Jimmy. I got something for you. You're a lifesaver.
I want to get like some ridiculous chain attack on one of these.
We can do this.
Feel it in my bones. Technical heal.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
I see you. Through this. We can do better yet. I see you. Fire. Come here. I got something for you. Appreciate it. Enemy's broken away from me. I got something for you. Thanks.
Fire. Heal bullet.
Butterfly. Time to win out the big show. You ain't ready for this.
Eat it. This will keep me going.
Advanced cooldown. Quick draw.
Alright, let's do this. We're gonna chain hit his password.
Check out what I've got in mind.
Alright.
How's this for a plan? All right.
Overkill. Increase damage ratio by 50 percentage points. aiming at, girl? Oh, not quite 150. That's okay. Okay.
Do you think this plan might work?
I need to do her. Current chain attack boost damage dealt to low HP enemies. Well, he's super low HP. Aggroed on their own person.
No way to let enemies down. We will try.
Okay, good. We got him back. Perfect.
I might have the answer. How about something like this?
PP is not doing as well as I'd hoped. Not quite. He almost did it. Damn. Oh well. I mean, still getting a huge XP bonus.
Check out what I've got in mind. This should be our plan of attack. Alright, coming right up.
I get the first dibs.
Got like 100 CP from a random animal. I think 0 HP counts as low HP, right? What's this? We ate those yesterday, didn't we? Must be lots of them in these woods. Seems so. Well, that explains it. What explains what? At first glance, it looks like kelp mushroom, but in fact, it's what's called a nighty night. Oh, nighty night? Causing overpowering drowsiness when ingested. Huh? So you're saying we ate these and that's why we all slept clean through the Turkins stealing our food? My working hypothesis anyways? I'll go and warn Mio and the others. It's like pouring outside. You can hear the rain. It was Manana who put in dish. Should have known better. We all picked the ingredients together, so it's not like it's not like you that was at fault. But then Manana blow up on lands and say lots of mean things. Very deeply sorries. Hey, it's all in the past. More importantly, all this trudging around foraging has given me a wicked appetite. We've got enough now, surely. Let's go back to the camp and make it into something edible. Yeah. Manana agree also.
We've rounded up plenty of ingredients. Looks tasty.
Alright, half the green nectarines have
Keep
been
us going for a while.
secured. Oh, where did these come from?
Is this like a rare thing?
Just respawn while I'm still standing here?
I'll claim the ether here.
we're doing. We got rank 9, rank 9. Lands is almost done. Rank 8, rank 8. We just need to walk through these areas a couple times and we'll end up getting enough of the nectarines. Are we still gonna have to find 50 of the other things too? That's my next question.
I'll follow your lead. No
Thanks!
Eat it. Advance, cool down. Smooth as always, Noah.
Go! Quick heal! Heal boost! I need you, Mio! Over!
Perfect healing.
Come on, Lily! Drop us another! Snowball!
Now I'm ready to make some waves.
This is something decent, right?
Rank 10 land. Alright, Lands, you finished Zephyr. Lands has mastered, as far as we can right now, all of the tank. Exile and Cursor. And Cursor is pretty close. I'm guessing one of those level 40 ones is going to be in Cursor. For sure. Maybe I'll get lucky and Signifier will be one too. Like they're right there. Lands. You got a lot of healing abilities, you got a lot of tank abilities. We need more DPS on you, probably. Got Thaumaturge already. Maybe Flash Fencer or Elemental Jaguar. I think maybe I'll let you stay on this class until we finish it here, so that I can pull one of them off. He's about to finish Guardian Commander too. So many more attack ones to learn. I already halfway learned Stalker just by... He has a C in it too. Just by having the hero in the party. Like no one actually is being a Stalker. Put him on Sword Fighter.
So I gotta whack him! I can do that!
We can deal with just having one tank for a second. From combo X. Oh, for the accuracy, yeah. Okay. Go with that for the moment.
Oh, that's a weird one. Stay on your toes. Go! Make this quick. Set up for
Yeah. Getting Sword Fighter back gives us our break back so we can start doing the driver combo too.
means there were no holes in my strategy.
Okay.
All right then. That should be us good for food now.
Yeah. Looks like that'll last us a little while.
What's wrong, Mia?
Who's there? Come out!
Oliaris!
Hello. You gotta tell us some information from the castle. And it's gonna get us to want to go to the castle before we go to the sword march, maybe. You ask what the advantage of fusion arts for me. At least you found a lot of utility in assigning reaction combo arts to classes that would otherwise not have
What are
them.
you doing over this way? I thought you were going to the castle.
Yeah. No, I went. And this is what I got for my trouble.
So, tell us, what happened?
But why, Your Majesty? Why would you attack Colony 4?
You came into contact with Ouroboros, did you not? I'd call it burning out the contagion.
Yeah, I know that during chain attacks, yeah.
Contagion?
You're implying we've been contaminated?
Have you not? You've been removed from the protection of the flame clocks. You no longer need to wager your lives in battle.
Who struggles not in life deserves not to live. That is the compact of our nation, and moreover, the truth.
Majesty, my queen.
Yet, to punish you all for fate's machinations would be a misstep. Therefore, I shall grant you a chance.
What must I do?
Eliminate Ouroboros.
Sick Ethel on us?
You want me to...
He's not going to do that.
Noah and the rest.
Right?
Naturally, I am cognizant of the fact that the enemy is wily and capable. I have no intention of sending you alone.
Kamaravi! Why are you here?
Ethel. How? But you're not even on the same side.
Entertainment.
Entertainment.
Pardon?
Those who have been released from the Flame Clock's sacred indenture cannot be affected by the Mobius Iris. To bring you back under control, I would have to force your rebirth. But that wouldn't be nearly as fun.
The power you two wield surpasses even some of our consuls. I have great hopes for you. Ethel, Kamaravi.
They're having Agnes and Kevin work together. There's like, they're not even trying to act like there are actually two sides here. Like, okay. This entire war is manufactured. Just deal with it, or we'll kill you, reboot you, and you'll be on our side again.
Ethel and Kamaravi new furnaces. They've been made specifically to kill Ouroboros.
Oh my.
The tune-up might take a little while. Though, you don't have much time. The two of them are after your heads.
You're sure of this? Really?
That's why I came here. To give you warning. They already know your rough position. That's how I found you in the first place.
Okay then. Ethel really gonna fight us? The hell, Ethel? Did I put her in my party? Just call her up as a hero.
What's this?
We need to talk.
Plans of the castle. They were tuning up my Feronis when I happened upon them.
Oh, she's sent him?
They include schematics for the Annihilator.
Ooh.
Take them and go back to Colony 4.
Commander, you mean?
If they can find us wherever we are, I want to at least secure a way for us to put up a fight. Am I wrong?
But Mom, we can't very well.
Also,
I like how they admitted that, like, Ethel's as strong as a console.
tell them this. I will use lethal force, yes?
What?
Furthermore, tell them I wish them all the best of luck. I hope they reach their goal.
Commander?
Back on 2.0.
Oh, Ethel. She sounds serious. And still telling us to just keep going?
Well, that's Ethel for you. Hard-headed as they come.
Won't she get into trouble because of you slipping out?
Hardly. I'm just one missing foot soldier. No one's going to pay it any mind.
But your wounds earlier.
Truth is, air from falling off a cliff on the way here. It was dark as snuff.
Are you tugging my wings?
Well, anyhow, it's nothing for you lot to fret over. This is our problem now. You focus on achieving your objective.
We appreciate it.
But man, why's the commander got to duke it out with you lot, eh? And why was our foe Kamaravi there, the Ashbar? Feels like the whole world's turned on its head. Alrighty, I'm heading back. Got it? You lot scoot on along out of these parts. There's still some time before they're done tweaking. And with you on foot...
We're not running away. Not after all this.
Huh?
I'm staying too.
What? Really?
That light we saw a while back. If that had come from the Annihilator, even if we were to somehow reach our destination, if it was at the cost of all your lives, it wouldn't be worth it. Surviving like that, I couldn't bear it.
Mimi.
Mia. Boliaris. The castle plans. Can you share them?
No, you're not... You wouldn't.
The fact remains, it was us that destroyed your clock. Therefore...
Yes, but that's...
Either way, I think it's clear at least part of the blame lies with us. It's only fair, then, that we destroy this Annihilator. Agreed?
You for real?
I'd be up for a little detour.
Same here.
All right, then.
He did offer us shelter. That creates an obligation.
No way around. Someone here needs to keep friends in line. Count Riku in.
If plan on fighting, we'll need first-rate chef too.
Oh.
Well, I feel like this is going to be a fun quest to go to try and destroy the Annihilator. But I feel like it's going to delay us from actually finding out what the hell's going on here, because we're probably not going to find out till we get to Sword March.
I can't very well go backwards.
Oh well.
Can I now?
Let's do it.
Oh, fine. Go on then. You wouldn't make it far inside the castle.
It is
anyway.
Interesting how much they're not. They don't feel an urgency to finish their mission.
Thanks, guys.
Even though a lot of them are very close to theoretically running out of time to live. All right. They're literally running out of life, and they're like, "Yeah, let's take a detour."
I'll head back to Colony 4 in case the shit hits the fan. Good luck then to all of you.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
In this case, it makes, I understand, but I mean, they take detours for like, let's go hunt some aubergines too, but you know.
Remember, we're up against the castle. Get too close and we may come under fire. What's our plan?
I think we'll be able to manage, as long as we're careful.
Come to think of it, you used to go to the castle for off-seer training once a year, right, no?
The Black Fog. Is there much there?
There's actually quite a bit. Around this time, the whole area is shrouded in it. They couldn't find us in that cave in Neil Valley, right?
And you think we can repeat that?
Maybe.
Using the fog to approach is clever, but risky. What if an annihilation event occurs?
You know, I hadn't really given it much thought up until you mentioned it. But, oddly, it hasn't been happening.
Seriously?
I'm not sure why. Behind the castle, there's an ether deposit being mined, in an area facing a lake. The ether being obtained there is then delivered into the castle through a freight entrance.
So that's where we'll get our sneak on.
There won't be anyone in the containers. If we can just get to them, without being spotted...
Then we can get into the castle. Okay, let's assume we do give the guards the slip. What do we do once we're inside the place?
Tyon, the sensors. What was the Colony 4 soldiers' search radius with the fog out?
Their scanning range, I'd put in the ballpark of 15 metri.
Look here. In the reserve area, there's a maintenance hatch that leads directly to the outer wall. If we make it through here and get to the main housing, it'll land us in front of the Annihilator.
Less chance of being spotted by troops outside, too.
We can do this.
There's one concern. The castle is the Queen's residence. What if we're found by the
I want to meet the Queen.
Then
I have questions for her.
We'll have a fight on our hands. But it's not like we don't have a retreat. Here. In Kevez, after a homecoming, they wash away the belongings of the dead as part of a ritual. It's an understated affair. And the channel they use for it is here. It flows straight out, connecting to the lake outside the castle.
I see. So
nice that we can bring up all these
near
schematics.
the Annihilator, ride the current, and we should come out right at the lake.
More Snuffy and water. Every time we run, why do we always end up getting drenched? I mean, feathers are a bitch to dry.
Every time being our grand total of once.
Well, let's just hope we don't have to fight. That's the ideal case.
That's it then.
Ready whatever supplies you need. Then we can go.
Right, guys, but we all agree before we go, we're going to keep doing side quests, right? Guys, right? Priorities, people. What about the Turkan Alliance? I know we got to save the world and we're all dying and there's things to find out about the nature of reality, but like, the Turkan Alliance, guys.
Not to worry, just stick to the plan.
Keep your attacks focused.
You're dealing with me. Advance through that.
Super sword. You're a fire lance.
This'll keep you going.
the clock buster! Feel the power!
Yeah, feels just like it should. I'm good at this whole healing business. You're dealing with me. This'll keep you going. You're better than this.
You did great. I was just resting my eyes.
Heal for the freaking race.
Oh, we left combat just
Give me a
before.
break. We all worked hard.
I almost got another chain attack going. Yeah. Try and make it where I can do a chain attack against these guys to get like a huge multiplier on the rewards. And, you know, starting and stopping a battle takes a second, so better to keep it running. 3741. Goes back that way. We can teleport here. The 100's right there. American Alliance is over there.
Here we go, guys.
I'll follow your lead. No,
Make this quick.
You're dealing with me.
You're a lifesaver.
It's going well. What's the tunnel, Juniper?
Keep them coming. You're on fire, lad.
Quick draw. What's the enemy? You're dealing with me. Thanks for the support. Violent
Maximum focus.
got you now.
That's the weak point.
Enemies on me. Move as always, Noah. Advance. Refreshing
Thanks.
Things are building up.
Time to end.
What's the enemy? What's the enemy?
Power stirs within me.
Hold up.
Good thing we found this.
All right. You walk through the solar system at the end of Xenoblade 1 as you find out that this whole story started on Earth.
Here we go, guys.
I'll follow your lead.
Basically.
Advance, pull down. Just as planned, Tyon. Got down. Liberation.
It's all coming together.
Gotta keep their attention. Yeah, I'm well on. No, you're dealing with me.
We're unstoppable with you around, Senna.
I'm the girl with the claw.
I see you.
Falcon.
Break. Here and now. Falcon me yet.
Hang in there, I'll heal you. Wide way, we'll dig it out. Noble top. You're dealing with me.
Cheers for that.
Falcon.
I'm leaving too far. I'm not gonna leave the combat to do this, am I? Looks like not. Let's finish this guy off real quick. Philosophy.
This can't be happening. You might want to surrender before we grind you into dust.
You want some more? You're dealing with me.
You're a lifesaver.
Why?
Enemy reinforcements. I see you. I can help you. A fusion of them. We can do better yet.
The enemy's on me.
Great work. Hit them hard, guys.
Lost the enemy. I'm getting in the groove.
Oh, I went down. Shit.
Noah. Like you, Noah. That's Mimi. Here we go, Lance. Fire! Pulling out full stuff. I see you. Everywhere.
Working on it.
I know you've got more in you, Mio. I'll return the favor you need.
They're sparking me yet.
You're pushing yourself too hard.
Go.
Sit.
I see quick draw.
Is that we're still
I
alive.
feel up.
We might want to recoup our strength.
Sin is rank 10. Someone's got to stay as a.
I'll take real good care of the bad guys.
How close am I to finishing this? Really close. Okay. We can make him a heavy guard once he finishes that to go a second tank. That's one reason we're struggling a little bit right now. We only have one tank.
Here we go, guys. Acknowledge. Assuming combat position. Advanced cooldown.
You're dealing with me. This is keep it going. Eat it.
Super
Let's rage it. Wow, thanks. You're dealing with me.
You're a lifesaver. I see you. Quick draw. We have superiority. It's powerful. We can do this.
That was over way too soon.
Hear that, Noah? Lance wants something a bit meatier.
Quite a rare sight.
Here we go, guys.
I'll follow your lead.
I see you.
You're
It's
dealing
quick.
with me.
You're a lifesaver.
What's the enemy?
Dead. Lucky couple attacks.
Smooth as always, Noah. Air back. Nature. Go. Butterfly blade.
Got them pinned down. Hang of this. I did.
Too easy.
Speaking of,
Come after me, and that's what.
here's rank 10.
I'll protect you.
Doesn't always want to put on that second. I don't understand how it auto picks this. Does a bad job. Boost recharge speed by 40% when non-defenders are targeted. Increase the number of positional arts that can be set in the arts. I didn't even know there was a limit to that. Sin is rank 10. I already knew that, but now we can move her. Oh, so you can learn Stalker, I guess. Someone should learn it, probably. It might give something good. I'm not super thrilled by the Stalker class so far, from what I've seen. I should go Sword Fighter.
Line him up, I'll knock him down.
He's learning Full Metal Jaguar, too.
You line him up, I'll knock him down.
They don't have any driver arts. Alright,
Fatal barrage!
unblockable damage is max voltage 11.
Maximum voltage! Giant swing!
Best, but it'll do. They are ether attacks. Most part. Crit damage. Those are just equipped already. Go with that. Comes all the way. All right. He finishes this, I can make her another tank. He's the Guardian Commander. Look out. I think I'll take over Uni for now.
You get.
If
Not
only you
Uni.
didn't charge off on your own.
Senna. Over Senna.
You want me to leave?
Something so valuable here.
We'll be done in a blink! We can do it, no doubt about it! That was spectacular!
And I was the MVP. You were all
I can only use
thinking it.
footprints again. You just I figured out how to leverage. Yeah. I don't know, man. The footprints go this way. Tracking that footprints.
There's a path to the lower levels. It's not an easy descent. Watch your step.
got a rare doodah right here.
You have to still your breath and approach from the back. Then you strike, and the rest is easy.
Rest.
Whoa, June, that came out of left field. You kind of creeped me out there.
Level 71. Yeah, let's take a little turn here, huh? Are we still heading this way? Dodge these guys, I guess. They look at me funny, I'm gonna die. I'd expect more footprints to continue this way, but there aren't any, huh? Maybe it went down here. Probably. Should we follow? No, if it's got a way to the lower levels, we don't need to pursue it. It won't be back here anytime soon, and we'll be putting ourselves in great danger down there. Okay. Let's head back then and make sure Rain's okay. Oh, good to get these down. It still wants me to go this way. How is this going back? All right.
Something so valuable here.
Go from the big guys. Freaking running by a bunch of level 72s. This is a great plan. Thought we didn't want to go down because it was going to be dangerous. That's what we said, right? Remember when we had that conversation?
Never seen this place before.
A warning tree. That sounds good.
Okay, buddy. Surprise me.
Oh, no pawn coins. I get to 75 silvers already. Okay. We're heading down here on the ground level. I question this path. Oh my god. The ether. Hello, high level area. I'm really not sure about this pathing, guys. Look, water that hurts you. Thankfully, not being on water that hurts you heals you. Oh my god. Whoa. What just attacked us? Something attacked us? Level 76 the lead. Yeah, this is definitely not where we want to be. Throwing that out there. Where is this sending me? There's a hero quest down here. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say this is not the right place to be. There's that. There's the Alliance. Look at that, there's the Hunter. So it's trying to get us back to the colony. And I guess it's because we use these zip lines, it doesn't know a direct path back there. So it's just leading us into more and more dangerous areas when we really just need to teleport. The game's like, I can't figure out how to get you back there, but if you die, maybe you'll reincarnate up there, huh? Just run down here by this level 70. It'll work out. Shortcut. What happened to that monster I was hunting? Got away. Probably down in the lower levels now. Escaped down that way, did it? Sparks. I almost had it as well. Gotta be on guard in case it rears its mug again. How are you feeling? What, this? It's not that big a... Yes, it is that big a deal. Don't think you can charge off like a buffoon again. Ah, glory. Juniper went to the trouble of going out to look for you, so you'd better behave with the modicum of dignity. Ah. If you pull anything like this again, I'll tie you to a tree. All in all, a happy resolution. That should settle things down for a while. Let's hope so. I get that it can't draw a line to the menu. I love the fact that it's like, you know, if you just go down here, it'll work. Just follow the line, man. Somehow that's going to work out eventually. Nothing a good bit of rest and relaxation won't fix. I've got to keep a close eye on him, though. You never know when he might try to wander off again by himself. Two facts. Bonnie Tao's getting ready to hit rank 3. Maybe when we finish that Turkin quest. Hey, would you mind telling us a bit more about your former commander? Not at all. He had a strong sense of responsibility, very gentle by nature. An inspiring figure. I think every one of us was willing to lay down our lives for him. Sounds like he's a wonderful person. That he was. Now Juniper fills his shoes and is every bit the commander he was.
My stomach's
So I'm hearing there's some monster in the forest that doesn't belong. I have to say I'm curious. You're familiar with all the monsters that inhabit this area then? Naturally. Hunting is how we live after all. Alright. Well, we still have the Turkin quest. And then there's the main story. Quite a big level difference between them, I will admit. We probably should be finishing chapter 4 instead of working on level 40 quests when the main story isn't even level 30. Not gonna lie, that's probably a sign that we're doing too much side stuff at the moment. If any of these are, I don't have the reward yet that I can turn in. Some of these are so close, like this one. I just need an imitator, and we can get 140 affinity and a soldier's headband. Yeah, we're just missing like one item. Or Love Knight to get an Iron Temple. We don't need an Iron Temple guard, but under 150 is nice. This one's a bunch of fortune clovers. The Ripapa will give us a tear amulet for that. Alright, we can do this one.
Hope they appreciate our fine work.
Dinky dinky. Oh, this is interesting. You turn it in the first time and it gives you now it'll give you a different reward after video affinity. So this one has like multiple steps to it. Necklace.
Hope they appreciate our fine
On
work.
Lambda. Action necklace.
That's the last one.
For good old Colony Tao. Yeah, see this one also, it has multiple steps to it. Nice.
That's the last one.
Graziana. We keep doing this one, but we just get XP and affinity now. And it's less because we already did it once. Right? Most of our stuff's at rank 3. Oh, look how close that is. Colony Tao is right on the edge of hitting rank 3. Finishing this quest will definitely get us there. And that's just back over this way. This is in the same direction as the main quest. Cool, cool, cool. Now, all of these quests, this one, and I think the other ones are actually on the other map, like in the Fornus region. But there's like 4 of these that it's a hero quest guarded by a level 40 elite, a level 40 unique. And we are all 38. Moving on up. Mia's about to hit rank 10 again too. And I mean, we've stored up almost 10 levels of XP. So if I wanted to, I could level whenever I want to. I'm trying not to over level. But I think we're gonna stop here for tonight. It is well after midnight. I gotta get some sleep. I gotta drive my son to school in the morning. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back on tomorrow night with more Suikoden 4 and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Thanks for hanging out, Claire, Belle de Jour. Thanks for your help, as always. And also, thanks to Rufus earlier with Suikoden. That's it for tonight. If you're watching on YouTube, remember to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that stuff. It helps me out, and I direly need it because my YouTube is, you know, lost in a tiny little corner of YouTube. But anyways, see you next time, guys. I'll be on tomorrow night. Good night.